2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, welcome everybody to another presentation of the DA.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Beverley, the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Leonard draws the double. Doncic with the steal. And they're moving it up. It's up a 3. Morris with the rebound. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Josh Richardson with an athletic play at the rim. It's all about making sure you get a quality look. And that's one.
Richardson against George. Now the pass to Morris. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Richardson dishes to Doncic. Pass to Marjanovic. Out to Doncic. Over George. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Pass to Marjanovic. Stolen by Zubac. George against Doncic. They get the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. 4-point game. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the night.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. That one's not going to go. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Man passes to Batum. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Ibaka. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Kennard. Mavericks with the rebound. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Now here is Ibaka. No points in the game yet for him. The drive by Jackson. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Yes, that goes in. Richardson's got 6.
Against physical defense, Richardson using his length and athleticism to counter.
Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Kennard. Shot to stop the run. The Clippers rebound. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Yep, it counts.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
Now Doncic. And it's blocked by Ibaka. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Mavericks on top, up by 2. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball. Well,
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Trey Burke. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Powell in at the 5 spot. But they get it back to the inside. The Clippers trail. Here's Mann. And that one is off. Good D by Hardaway. Here's Burke. It's tipped.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And that one is hammered home.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Hardaway finds Burke. And here is Powell. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Powell against Kennard. A miss that time would have put him up.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. Still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Ibaka, no luck. For Dallas, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Powell kicks to Hardaway. Here's the 3, sinks the triple. Hardaway's got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The pass to Powell. And here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And that one, good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. To the middle. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Los Angeles shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throw.
Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
Patrick Beverley is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Richardson, no luck.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Leonard. He can't get that one to fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Finney-Smith kicks to Richardson. Here's Doncic. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Outside, George. Here's Ibaka. It's deflected. Pass break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Shoots over Leonard. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Goes back up. And it's Porzingis getting it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Ibaka, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Luka Doncic. The Clippers have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. A free throw drops for Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot-blocking stretch 4.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Marjanovic. Out to Porzingis. Pulls it up. Here's Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Can't fault the play call, even.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. And that's a wrap. With
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Serge Ibaka has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Ball's knocked loose. Runs in the pass to Burke. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight for the lead. And Leonard with the lay-in.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Doncic looking it over. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Richardson against George. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Morris. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Beverly with the ball. Pass to Zubats. Back to Beverly. There's the pass to Zubats. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break. I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Morris, no good. The Mavericks leading. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Over Morris. Porzingis can't hit. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's George, and he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 8.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
And he gets the whistle. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Here's Kennard. Shot clock at 5. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
Ibaka looking for an opening. Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. The drive by Doncic. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 8 here in the quarter.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. No good on the three. Mavericks leading by 3. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Finney Smith. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
The third quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Beverly looking around. Passes to Zubac. It's rebounded by Dallas. Paul George with the steal. Morris finds Beverly. Here's George. Pass to Zubac. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley-Stein. Outside, George. He dishes it to Beverly. Back to George. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Dallas moving the ball around, and the basket is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Beverly, and it's in there.
Patrick Beverly likes to play aggressive, plays at a high pace, nice finish off contact.
Fourth quarter now, we're about a minute and a half in. Brunson kicks to Burke. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Brunson. And the rejection by Zubac. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Clippers trail by 5. Here's George. Outside Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Excellent pass, PG-13. Keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Brunson against Beverly. Brunson, good.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. George trying to break free. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Marjanovic kicks to Richardson. Count that one.
I like that Josh Richardson is more comfortable in this offense, just taking what the defense allows.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to George. The three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
1:57 left to play here in the fourth. Now Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George finds Leonard. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And they pick up 2.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket. Doncic
against George. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. Beverly against Richardson. Here's Doncic. This one for three. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 4. And here we go. And it's Paul George with the finish.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Doncic outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And then for Los Angeles, Baca comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in for Morris. Back to George. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Doncic dishes to Powell. And Redick kicks to Doncic. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And here is Doncic. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They didn't make... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Lillard outside. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Doncic with the steal. Here's Burke. And the shot goes down. Burke's got the opening field goal of the game for Dallas.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And where Finney Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And, you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation. Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
To the inside, Finney Smith. Count it, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Lillard. He feeds it to Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Jones kicks to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Lillard. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 6 points.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Here's Porzingis. Burke finds Marjanovic. Back to Burke. Passes it to Porzingis. Shoots over Covington. That shot off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Here's Nurkic, and he banks in the layup. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Now, here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Nurkic, the pass to Jones. Fast break, Dallas. Burke kicks to Marjanovic. Will it go? And again, Dallas turns it over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Portland leading by 6. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. Now here's McCollum. Burke covering. Giles kicks to McCollum. A three-pointer, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the shot goes in.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
McCollum finds Anthony. There's 37 seconds left in the first. And he recovers it. Tanner, high post. A second chance effort. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Mavericks trail by 6. Doncic looking it over. It's to Porzingis. It's good.
And, you know, you look at Porzingis, he's got his shot on automatic. Not much wasted motion in that stroke.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in front, leading by 4. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Josh Richardson out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Hardaway in at the 3. Here's Brunson. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Second chance shot. Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein. 2 on the clock. Goes up with it again. Powell dishes to Cauley-Stein. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
McCollum against Richardson. Now here's McCollum. D right on him. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Powell finds Brunson. Now the pass to Hardaway. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Powell. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Anthony. McCollum. Great positioning on the putback.
Man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. To the middle. Here's Powell. Pass to Brunson. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. To the paint. Here's Simons. Count it. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now here's Powell. He kicks it to Cauley Stein. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Cauley Stein passes to Richardson. The feed to Powell. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Back to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. And Cantor throws it down.
McGee just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Now here's Lillard. He has 6. 1:36 left to play here in the half. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. And here is Doncic from downtown. And the rebound by Nurkic.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Now, here's Doncic. Inside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Boy, I like what Porzingis shows there. Excellent. Staying with the shot even under pressure.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And good that time. Lillard's got 10 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Burke. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. Out to Doncic. Shoots over Lillard. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Lillard outside. Floats it up there for Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
That'll do it for the... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that does it for our...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, they've got Powell. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Jones finds Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
Now, here's Doncic. Up top, Porzingis. Doncic passes to Porzingis. No coverage that time. That's 7 points for Porzingis. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And so here is Dallas. Portland making their last shot. Here's Doncic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Well, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. It's a 10-point game. Shoots the three. And it's Luka Doncic with the three. Doncic has got 8.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that three-point line.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Mavericks trail by 7. Lets it go from deep. Pass to Finney-Smith. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Doncic has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Mavs. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 11. To the inside. Marjanovic kicks to Burke. Launches it. That shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Portland leading by 6. Lillard outside. To the middle. Here's Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 3rd assist on the night. Dallas has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Brunson against Lillard. Here's Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. Kicks to Richardson. Pass to Brunson. A 3 ball. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Jones. There's the dish to Lillard.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Blazers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. And here's McCollum for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Richardson finds Cauley Stein. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Picked him clean. McCollum against Richardson. The 3 from Anthony. Knocks down the 3 ball. Anthony's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Outside Hardaway. He gets it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. 13 points up at... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with Richardson. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Powell in at the 5, roaming the paint. Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
The pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Powell. Brunson with it. They get it again, but they'll get another chance. Hardaway passes to Brunson. Down low, and another shot. Dallas moving it around. Powell, that's good.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
To the right side. Giles kicks to McCollum. Over Cauley Stein. And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. That's his first foul. And here are the Mavericks now, trailing by 13. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Collins checked in for Harry Giles. Portland leading by 15. McCollum outside. Anthony on the wing. Back to McCollum. Simons, the pass to Kanter. 5 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Now here is Hardaway. Back to Richardson. Out to Hardaway. Powell dishes to Hardaway. Dallas, no good that time either. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Anthony, the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Passes it to Powell. 1:53 left in the fourth. Here's Simons. And here's Cantor. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Anthony finds McCollum. Now here's Collins. Shot clock at 6. McCollum outside. Offline with his 3.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Portland.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Here's Powell. Portland making their last shot. Now here's Hardaway.
Far from just a perimeter threat now, Tim Hardaway Jr. is also capable of converting inside.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Pass to Cantor. Now McCollum, 3-pointer, drills it from outside.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And here is Powell, following the 3-pointer by C.J. McCollum. Pass to Brunson. From deep 3-point range, Collins grabs the miss. Here's McCollum. No good.
And Powell is a really reliable defender. I mean, he's excellent.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And David.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Lillard. Kicks it to Covington. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
And Morris throws it down.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Lillard scanning the floor. Yes, that goes in.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Zubats following the score by Damian Lillard. Offensive rebound. Zubac. Second shot opportunity. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Beverly. Now the Clippers moving it up. Nurkic with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Trailblazers on D. Beverly the pass to Morris. Back to Beverly. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Patrick Beverly has turned himself into a willing and capable three-point shooter. Pretty.
Lillard the pass to Nurkic. Zubac against Lillard. Jones kicks to Powell. Back to Nurkic. Over Beverly. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now here is George. And the pass to Zubac. Knocks it loose. Back to George. Inside. 5 on the clock. Covington with the steal. Moving it up. He kicks it to Powell. Fires the three. The Clippers grab the miss.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Zubac the pass to Morris. From past the arc. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Powell dishes to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Here's Nurkic, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Outside Leonard. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And Portland has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. It's good. And that's now 6 points for Nurkic.
Love watching Nurkic set hard screens and then roll with purpose. Great job in the creativity there from the pick and roll.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Kennard's shot is off. Here's Simons. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
What a huge target in transition Enes Kanter can be. You love when he runs the floor.
Outside Jackson. Stolen. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll get... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there, and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Giles. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point guard. That's a 2 from Kennard. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Trailblazers trail by 6. McCollum outside. Out to the right wing. Pass to Canner. McCollum outside. Here's Anthony. Kennard covering. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game.
You know, mark of a great offensive player, gets to the free throw line a ton, and that's Carmelo Anthony right there amongst the career leaders in free throws made.
Now here's Batum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot's good by Kennard.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Cullen passes to Simons. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Kennard against McCollum. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Giles. And he dunks it down.
Ooh, and I hope he didn't hurt his neck because that was one nasty head fake.
Yeah, the defender bought it all the way, didn't he? Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Lets the 3 fly. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Puts the move on. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Kennard with the ball. And Ibaka kicks to Jackson. He dishes it to Batum. Just 2 to shoot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now here's McCollum. It's intercepted. Takes a 3. And Batum is good for 3. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Kicks it to McCollum. 1:51 left here in the second. For 3. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now, here's Kennard. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Here's McCollum. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Jackson passes to Kennard. 58 seconds left in the first half of the game. Fires the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Simons. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. In the corner, Kennard with it, over McCollum. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jackson finds Batum. And Cancer pulls it down.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And a wide open look for McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
CJ. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They only had a couple rough stretches. That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Now here's Powell. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And it's Jones scoring on a gorgeous play. Jones has got the lead up to 4 now for Portland. Outside Leonard. Outside George. The dish to Morris. Back to George. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Jones, the pass to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Dishes to Jones. Back to Covington. Here's the feed to Nurkic. And it's good for 2. Nurkic has got 8 points. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. Got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face. Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Now here's Beverly. He's got 5. Back to George. There's the triple. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Jones finds Covington. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Foul for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better. Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Now, here's Lillard. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Powell against George. Powell, the pass to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Fires from 14. And the shot is long.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Powell, that's good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 13. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Zubac. And again, unable to change momentum here. Jones against Leonard. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Beverly. Here we go, one-on-one. It's stolen by Jones. Powell for three, and the Trailblazers another three.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
And George kicks to Zubac. Back to George. Up again.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Shoots. To the wing on the left from downtown. Trailblazers keep it alive. Cantor kicks to McCollum. And there's the pass to Anthony. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Beverly. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Beverly's got 7 points.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 10-point lead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got McCollum. Giles is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the point guard position. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. The shot's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Batum for 3, and it's Portland with the rebound. Kanter's got 6 rebounds in the game. McCollum passes to Kanter. Over Batum. Batum grabs the miss.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Kennard's shot is off.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And Ibaka kicks to Kennard. Back to Ibaka. Stolen by Kanter. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Puts it up from 12. Here's Giles. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Right side Jackson. Out to Ibaka. Pass to Kennard. Hits the three-point bomb.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Simons, the pass to McCollum, and an intentional foul right there. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Simons for the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Everly with the ball. Now defended by McCullough. Clock at 6. George, no good. Portland leading by 14. Simons surveying the D. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Leonard, and he converts the layup. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
McCollum passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. He kicks to Cantor from the arc. Portland with a new 14. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for C.J. McCollum.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Shoots it up. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Cantor. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And McCollum launches it from deep. The putback misses there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Luka Doncic. Bogdanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Burke, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Beverly in at the point guard. Now here's Leonard. Passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference. I feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Now here's Doncic. That one goes in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Zubac after Luka Doncic's bucket. George off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. Kawhi Leonard. He hits the second from the line.
Well, the wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Now, here's Doncic. Yep, that one goes.
Bit of a picture-perfect start here to this game. They've connected on all three looks.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Doncic against Beverly. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. The pass to Finney-Smith. Out to the right wing. Burke can't get it to go. Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Doncic against George. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Doncic. In the corner, Marjanovic with it. Shot clock at 5. Burke with it. He's against Morris. Keeps it alive. Porzingis on the follow.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Zubac. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Clippers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And the technical free throw is good. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, 6 on the shot clock. Morris into the lane. Powell pulls it in.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Cauley Stein. Kicks it out to Richardson. To the middle. Cauley Stein passes to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
I like to see Josh Richardson showing you he can get up and rattle the rim a little bit.
Clippers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Beverly against Brunson. Here's Morris. And he lays it straight in. Morris has got his second basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Brunson against Beverly. Cauley Stein kicks to Hardaway. Back to Cauley Stein. Feeds it to Powell. Out to Hardaway. Puts up a 3. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. The Clippers have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. From 10 feet out. Mavericks with the rebound. Fast break, Dallas. And then Cauley Stein with the jam.
Cauley Stein doing what he does best on offense, looking to throw it down.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, just a breakdown defensively there allows him to wind up with an easy dunk straight off the inbound.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up 2. Let's take a quick break. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Hardaway. Cauley Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson, and it's Richardson in at the shooting guard. Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. Here's Richardson. Good on the shot.
Well, he's allowed to get in there, and once he does, he's aggressive enough to play through contact.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kennard on the wing. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Cauley Stein goes in. That one goes. Count it.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the inside. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Throws down the alley-oop slam. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Shot clock at 6. Here's man, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Down low, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Burke finds Porzingis over Morris. Misses off the right iron.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
Doncic against George. Now, here's Doncic. Defense right on him. Stolen by George. It's 2-on-1. And finished off by Leonard. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And it's only their first turnover here, so they've done a great job of protecting the rock.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
There's 18 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Zubac, the pass to Beverly. 6 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, Patrick Beverly is going to come at you every night. Just an inspiring player that way, and daring the defense to get physical with him on that play.
Both free throws good from Beverly. Doncic with it. To halt the run, and Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
So that'll... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the position at both ends of the floor. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Nice move. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
The Mavericks shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
High post, Zubac. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. The Mavericks trailing. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. That's 10 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley-Stein loves to play rough down low.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard. Guys, we're not through 3/4 of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Brunson kicks to Powell. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Beverly against Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brunson's got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside, George. Banked in off the glass.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Cauley-Stein finds Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Back to Powell. Pass to Brunson. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Richardson for 3. No good that time. George with the defensive effort.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Hardaway, no good. Powell with the steal. Dishes it to Cauley-Stein. Back to Powell. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Richardson the pass to Powell. Richardson kicks to Powell. Hardaway against Leonard. Hardaway, no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 1-point game. Fast break, Dallas for the finish. Finished off the break. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Porzingis, it's good. The assist that time from Burke. Porzingis has got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Jackson. No good. Shot missing. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Porzingis. Finney-Smith. The rebound by Ibaka. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Porzingis with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jackson against Doncic. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 3 points. Nice bucket there from Jackson.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And the basket is good. Doncic has got 10 points.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. On the wing, Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's Marjanovic. Doncic outside. On the pass to Porzingis. Batum with the steal. Now here's Kennard. Burke covering. The shot will not fall.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Mann. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks ahead. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Ripped away. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Nice D from Doncic. Mavericks leading by 5. Here's Burke. The putback, and Doncic is right there. Doncic has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the man.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
And again, no good by the Clippers. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Burke kicks to Doncic. Pass to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now a 10-point Dallas lead.
Guys, he can't miss. I swear, he was trying to miss that. He did not miss. That means he can't miss.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Here's Beverly. 4 on the clock. Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. No good that time. Mavericks leading by 10. Richardson attacking.
Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game. Has such good height at the 2-guard spot.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Pass to Beverly. Back to George. They need this. And he lays it up and in.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Passes it to Powell. Here's Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Now Richardson. Outside Hardaway. A 3. Great D that time from Leonard.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best. Whoa, 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 the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Brunson with a clean look, and he's good on the 3 ball. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And the dunk by Zubac.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Richardson outside. Inside. Stolen by Zubac. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Oh, and the jam. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Powell finds Brunson. This one for 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
Richardson with it. Leonard picks him up. Stops. Pops. That one wide left. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 7.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverly doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
Both shots good from the stripe. Now here's Burke. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. To the left side wing. There's the pass to Doncic. And it's off from three-point range. Now the Clippers moving it up. And here's Leonard from 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 2. 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway is the starting five. Welcome to 2K Sports for Payday.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. We've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for Dallas, they've got Marjanovic. Trey Burke is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Doncic kicks to Burke. Tries again. Marjanovic finds Doncic. Shoots over Lillard. Dallas moving it around. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you got to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Powell. Over in the corner, Lillard. Outside, Covington. Shot clock at 6. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Nurkic.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Doncic against Lillard. Here's Porzingis. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. Shoots over Lillard. Gets to the corner and buries it.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Powell with it. From deep. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. There's the 3. And it's Doncic missing.
Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Passes to Nurkic. Covington with it. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now here's Powell. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. Kicks it out to Jones. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
No good from Finney Smith.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Powell, no one around him, finds himself wide open and drills it.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Or kicks to Doncic. Here's Finney Smith, covered by Lillard. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
But he stays with it. Nurkic to the paint. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Proving he's not afraid to finish with power. Covington loves to dunk it home.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Marjanovic kicks to Burke. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Kicks it out to Lillard. Powell with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Right side, Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Lillard. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Mavericks trail by 8. Runs in the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Outside Hardaway. He dishes it to Powell. Shoots over Nurkic. Got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Oh, and what hustle on defense from Nurkic.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 8. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
On the floor for Portland. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Richards in the pass to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there, and he gets the bucket.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Simons, the pass to Anthony. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Now here's Brunson. Dallas needs to get off a shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
But that's how you turn defense to offense. Cauley-Stein is such an active presence on the court.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
I mean, I don't always like the 3 on the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
Runs in the pass to Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. The 17-footer. Dallas again missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And a wide open look for McCollum. And another 3 for Portland.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him this shot if you're the D.
Now here's Brunson. Not a lot of room. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Kicks it to Cauley Stein. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Porzingis is coming in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson. Mavericks trail by 15. Deflects the pass. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. 1:21 left to play here in the half. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Takes the 13-footer. Pass to Burke. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Marjanovic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And he makes both free throws.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. It's stolen by Jones. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Evolving his game over time. That's what's going on. I mean, look, this demonstrates growth. Nurkic looking willing to challenge himself with these shots.
Now here's Burke. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the layup is good.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Trailblazers leading by 13. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here is Lillard. He has 5. Dishes it to Covington. He kicks it to Powell. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 3. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 15. Kenny, that's all for now.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Dallas. Doncic out there with Burke. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Here's Lillard. After Luka Doncic's bucket from deep three-point range, Lillard misses. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that.
The Mavericks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Look at the energy Lillard plays with. He doesn't give in to the defense. He's superb at scoring despite getting hit.
The Trailblazers shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They trail by 14. The pass to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Finney Smith passes to Burke. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the elbow. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Who's watching here? Lillard up top, guarded by Doncic. Here's Powell. Here's Nurkic. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Nurkic has got 8.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Porzingis kicks to Finney Smith. Good on the triple. 5 points in the game.
Well, it was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Nobody near Lillard. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Doncic, and looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
And Dallas going with the whole new group out there. A nice shot by Simons.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the time.
Here's Brunson. Portland making their last shot. In the corner, it's Richardson. Back to Brunson. From deep. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14. Shoots the 3. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Richardson.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Here's Simons. 5 points in the game. Back to McCollum. 1:43 left in the third. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Richardson dishes to Hardaway. Here's Brunson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Trailblazers leading by 12. Passes it to Anthony. Back to Giles. And here's McCollum for 3. Over to the wing. Outside Anthony. Pass to McCollum. The dish to Cantor. Another shot. The Mavericks pull it in.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Hardaway finds Powell. Back to Cauley Stein. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
Here's the 3. And it's Simons missing. Mavericks trail by 12. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Hardaway. Powell, the pass to Hardaway. Back to Powell. Now Hardaway, covered by Anthony. Hardaway kicks to Cauley Stein. A second chance effort. Pass to Brunson. Here's Richardson. Now here's Hardaway. It's Brunson, top of the key. Dallas, no good that time either. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Portland. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Trailblazers leading by 12. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Anthony is out there with Giles. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at point guard. Anthony dishes to Kanter. Anthony, no one around. They get it back.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Kanter inside. Powell on him. The three from McCollum drills the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closer. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to Brunson. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Brunson, good.
You got to love the decision-making from Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, aware he must keep improving as a passer.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. From deep three-point range, and it's Simons missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Passes it to Powell. Lets it go from deep. Hands it from downtown. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Doncic kicks to Burke. Doncic against Lillard. Yep, it counts.
And you can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Portland leading by 13. Now Lillard. From deep. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Portland's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dunk that ball? I still can't figure that one out. And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. 1:11 left in the game. And finished off by Nurkic.
Relentless in their approach. Even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Burt can't get it to go. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Portland.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jusuf Nurkic.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
Here's Doncic. Powell pulls it in. Over to the left wing. Lillard finds Nurkic. Here is Lillard. Now here's Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great fit.
It's clear that Doncic has the touch from 3.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bustling city of Portland. Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center position. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the 3. Now, here's Nurkic. McCollum outside. 5 to shoot. Over George. Offensive rebound. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Pass to Jones. McCollum against George. Portland needs to get off a shot. Goes back up. That one off the back iron and out. Leonard attacking. Plays it up and banks it in. Leonard's got the first basket of the game for Los Angeles.
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
Tipped away. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And that one's good. Beverley
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now, here's Lillard. McCollum finds Lillard. Portland, no good that time either. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. George with no one around. Now the pass to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Clock at 6. Here's George. Zubac in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. George, that's a two-pointer. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Leonard brings the double team. Covington dishes to McCollum. Nobody near Nurkic. Covington passes to Jones. Tries yet again. Back to Covington. Outside, Jones passes it to McCollum. And that one drops.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Pass to George. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Oof, boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Now, Nurkic. Paul George missing from long range. Nurkic. Covington passes to McCollum. Nurkic with it. Back to Jones. It's good. This game is all even.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's George. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. .116 left to play in the first quarter. Beverly, the pass to Batum. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The Trailblazers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Pass to Covington. He kicks to Jones. Here's Beverly. Crafty move. And it's sent back by Lillard.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. There's the pass to Powell. Here's Simons. Back to Powell from outside the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Jackson passes to Kennard. The 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Passes to Powell. To the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Kennard for 3. He can't get it to go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And catch.
You know, this game, it's a physical game, obviously, but...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Giles is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. The Clippers shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Powell against Kennard. Stolen by Kanter. Here's Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And it's the Clippers with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Jackson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Powell, the pass to Carmelo. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Anthony's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Now Jackson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Anthony kicks to Powell. Anthony right side. The dish to Kanter. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. Batum grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Pass to Simon. Now here's Anthony. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Simons. Inside. Here's Kanter. Oh, took the contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's Leonard missing.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Morris against McCollum. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Outside, Jones. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And that one's good, George.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first. Bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Los Angeles leading by 3. Leonard the pass to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Plenty of space. And he knocks down the jumper. Leonard's got his second bucket.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Beverly finds George. Pass to Zubats. Morris inside. Covington's there. Morris, no good. McCollum with the ball. George picks him up. He gets it in there. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now, here is George. 5 points in the game. And the shot goes down. George has got 7.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And that, thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the center. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree with you. Here's Leonard, following the score by Damian Lillard. Leonard kicks to George. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Hyundai Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing by 2. McCollum with the ball. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum against George. And the basket by McCollum.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And here's Beverly. Pass to George. To the inside. Here's Zubats. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Here's McCollum. He's got 6. Lillard outside. McCollum, and the second chance effort by McCollum. McCollum's got 8 points.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Pass to George. They get a hand on it. Hollis Jefferson with it. George picks him up. Hollis Jefferson finds Nurkic. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Shot clock at 6 for the lead. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland. The Clippers shooting well, 50% from the floor, and that's an intentional foul. Beverly looking around. He dishes it to Ibaka. Pass to man. The pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here is Ibaka. No points in the game. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
A shot blocking man of the world, Ibaka can tell you, not in my house, in at least 4 languages.
Passes it to Simons. They get it back, and Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
Beverly finds Kennard. Pass to Ibaka. Powell against Kennard. Batum inside the three-point line and misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Simons. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the third. Portland out in front as they wrap up the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Anthony. Giles is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Portland with the ball. It's a one-point game. Dishes it to Powell. Pass to Simons. Kicks to Kanter. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Giles with 1 on the clock, and Kanter throws it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Here's Beverly. Portland making their last shot. To the paint. Here's Batum. The rebound by Giles.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Simons, the pass to Powell. On the pass to Simons. Back to Powell. Fires from deep. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now Beverly. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Back to Kennard. Los Angeles with another miss. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Passes to Giles. Puts it up from 15. That's good on the jump shot. Giles has got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
And with that height, he can get a clean look on any shot at any time.
Now, here's Zubac. Leonard finds Jackson. Leonard against Anthony. Zubac trying to break loose. And there it is for him.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Lillard looking around. Down low. Zubac against Cantor. Back to Lillard. The feed now to Cantor. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
George, no good. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Lillard. Beyond the arc. And it's Norman Powell with the 3. And now an 8-point Portland lead.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Inside, here's Zubac. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Anthony finds Lillard. 1:02 left to play in the final quarter. Over Jackson. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Leonard. A floater. Powell pulls it in.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now here's Cantor. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
Zubac, that's good.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
From deep three-point range. So the Trailblazers win it. It was a... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.